Lesson 93. By. By the time. Give me a sentence containing the words by the time.
By the time she gets here, dinner will be ready.
What does by the time mean in that sentence?
By the time in that sentence means at some point between now and when she gets here.
By the time you are 90 years old, do you suppose your hair will be grey?
Yes, by the time I'm 90 years old, I suppose my hair will be grey.
Will your English have improved by this time next month?
Yes, my English will have improved by this time next month.
As well as. Can you speak English as well as you speak your own language?
No, I can't speak English as well as I speak my own language. I speak it worse than my own language.
Do you take English lessons on Sunday as well as during the week?
No, I don't take English lessons on Sunday as well as during the week.
What does that last question mean, in other words?
That last question means you take English lessons during the week, but do you also take English lessons on Sunday?
Elder. Eldest. What's the difference between the words older and elder?
The difference between the words older and elder is that we generally use the word elder when speaking about people in the same family, and we cannot say elder than.
Have you got an elder brother?
No, I haven't got an elder brother.
Are you the eldest in your family?
No, I'm not the eldest in my family.
Who is?
My grandfather is the eldest in my family.
Let. Rent. Advertise. In exchange for. What's the difference between to let and to rent?
The difference between to let and to rent is that to let means to lend something in exchange for money, whereas to rent means to borrow something in exchange for money.
Supposing you had a house or a flat to let, how would you advertise it?
Supposing I had a house or a flat to let, I'd advertise it in the newspaper or on the internet.
What's the average monthly rent for a small flat in this town?
The average monthly rent for a small flat in this town is about £1,000.
How much does it cost to rent a car for one day in this town?
It costs about £40 to rent a car for one day in this town.
Do you ever rent DVDs to watch at home?
Yes, I sometimes rent DVDs to watch at home.
Is it common in your country for people to rent out rooms in their house, to students, for example?
Yes, it's common in my country for people to rent out rooms in their house to students.
Fallen. What are the three forms of fall?
The three forms of fall are fall, fell, fallen.
Have you ever fallen out of bed in the middle of the night?
Yes, I've fallen out of bed in the middle of the night.
Chose. What's the past of the verb to choose?
The past of the verb to choose is chose.
Did you choose the clothes you're wearing yourself?
Yes, I chose the clothes I'm wearing myself.
Such a. Why do you suppose football is such a popular game?
I suppose football is such a popular game because it's enjoyable to play and to watch.
Why is a desert such a difficult place to live in?
A desert is such a difficult place to live in because there's so little water.
Provide. Providing. Provided. Ghost. Is a soldier's uniform provided for him by the government?
Yes, a soldier's uniform is provided for him by the government.
How do parents provide for their children?
Parents provide for their children by making sure they have all the things they need in life.
If you had just bought a house and then someone told you that there was a ghost in it, what would you do? Providing, of course, you believed in ghosts.
If I had just bought a house and then someone told me there was a ghost in it, I'd sell it, providing I believed in ghosts.
Straight. Are you going to go straight home after the lesson?
Yes, I'm going to go straight home after the lesson.
If you came to some crossroads while driving a car and, instead of stopping, you kept straight on, What might happen?
If I came to some crossroads while driving a car and instead of stopping I kept straight on, an accident might happen.
Consist. How many days does a fortnight consist of?
A fortnight consists of 14 days.
Place. Why do we have to place an egg carefully on the table?
We have to place an egg carefully on the table because it could easily break.
Commence. Academic. In which month does the academic year commence in your country?
The academic year commences in September in my country.
Colony.